guys, welcome back to the Enriched Podcast. This is episode 6. We are glad to have you joining us again. Today, we are tuko mimi na the ladies representation hapa. Leo tumeamua ku balance the genders, so I will let my co-host introduce herself.
Habari yenu. Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Karaoke. Always a pleasure to be here with my co-host.
Yeah. Co-host anaitwa Nicholas Kimathi, aka Chapo. So today we're talking about an interesting topic, namely relationships. Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. We're going to be dealing with three types of relationships: our relationship with God, our relationship with ourselves, and with others. Now, Melissa,
Yes, Nicholas.
are those three connected in any way?
Definitely. They are connected in the way that sorry. God is God is the definition of love. He is the center of it all. So God teaches us how to love ourselves and teaches us how to love others. So him being the center, ni yeye ni link to hizo zingine zote. So zinakuwa connected hivyo. Juu kuna love na God is love.
So they're linked, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. When I think about the connection between the three, where do you think it starts? Do you think it starts with ourselves and then God and then others? Is it God, then ourselves, then others? Like, is it like a ripple effect of one and then the others co-influenced?
I think God is the one who starts because God is the definition of love. So we start from the beginning. That's the starting point. And from him, we learn how then us individuals at a personal level, and then from us, the ripple effect to others. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm thinking about love. So there's godly love. You've mentioned God's love, and then there's worldly love, ya dunia. So godly versus worldly love, what do you think about that?
Okay. I think the worldly love is very transactional. It's more, what are you doing for me so that I can do for you? Like, where am I benefiting in all that? And God's love is sacrificial. God's love is him being constant and not changing, and then giving up his son for you. So for him, God's love is very sacrificial, and the world's love is very transactional. What do you think?
So without sacrifice, you can't really tell if someone loves you. Okay, there's something I'm struggling to understand here. So I know about God's love, yeah, and he sacrificed his only begotten son. We all know that verse. However, I'm thinking about how you said worldly love is transactional. So are we incapable as human beings of loving the next person without really demanding anything from them or expecting something in return?
I think we do expect things, but it's more like God's love has compromises. There are times when you hear people in a marriage saying that kuna moja mwenye toothpaste anafinyia hapa chini, na kuna mwenye toothpaste anafinyia hapa katikati, and then they are arguing constantly because they're like, wewe mbona unafinya katikati, wewe mbona unafinyia chini, so like hivyo, and it becomes like a thing, like sasa mnakasirikiana an entire day because wewe ulifinya toothpaste katikati na mimi nilifinyia chini, and mna fight over it. If you're looking at it, you're like, yes, TikTok fight really, but sasa it's a thing for them, and then wanna come to a compromise, wanasema ama wewe ununue toothpaste yako, mimi ninunue yangu, wewe ufinyie yako chini mimi nifinyie yangu katikati, and we don't have to argue about it, ama we can just like mnaweza nunua pia dispenser ile yenye mnaeka tu toothbrush hapo chini na watolea toothpaste. So mwache like a lot of like finding compromise, like the main point is compromise. Like with God's love, we are always in the business of finding middle ground. In the worldly love, it's more like, what are you bringing to the table? I am the table. Sijui mbona kitu nipa nashindanga nikisema probably naitumia vibaya, but anyway, it's more scratch my back, I scratch yours. Like mimi ninataka kubenefit, but ni lazima ufanye, like ni lazima wewe ufanye ili ni benefit, and then mimi nitafanya ili ubenefit, like iko hivyo. It doesn't mean that we don't have expectations. We do have expectations as human beings, but it's more about how to maneuver the expectations. Like if I tell you that I like things being done a certain way and you like things being done a certain way, can we find a way that works for both of us? It might not be 100%, but at least you'll be okay and I will be okay. Middle ground.
Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay,
that makes sense. I'm trying to imagine it in like for those who are watching us and they're in romantic relationships or maybe are even married. I understand that kuna difference between like sacrificial and compromising, and this is not like to discount what Christ did at the cross, but I'm saying like for the scenario of romantic relationships, this is the way I think. Kumsini quote as an expert or Dr. Love or any of that. I think that there's room for sacrifice, but I think compromise should be what's given the most priority, because same example, the toothpaste for same in that same scenario, the couple is fighting juu wako na different ways of kutoa toothpaste kwa nini ako kanini kake. Now I can say let's just say I'm the man, wacha ni sacrifice, wacha tu niache afanye vile anataka, itakuwa inaniudhi kila asubuhi, but wacha nifanye hivyo. And so I don't really think that's the best solution, because it's not the last resort. I think sacrificial ni ile in last resort manze na napenda umse. I think compromise is what works, and God is the perfect example of that kind of love, because I think the reason Jesus had to die on the cross for our sins is because atungewaiji save. Like it wasn't a matter of finding middle ground on that issue. Like with their own efforts, their own laws, hatuwezi kabisa. So he had to bring in the option of grace through having faith in Jesus Christ, and that was sacrificial. Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, although I don't think God compromises who he is for our sake, because God hates sin. Yani kitu haitai change. That's part of his identity. That's who God is. Yeah, but I would say that we can always, like that grace, I want to use those terms interchangeably, compromise and grace, because like we can really mess up, we can make big mistakes, yeah, but God will still accept us back. He'll still extend that grace to us. He'll still forgive us. He will still guide us, even when tumekata his advice the first time, the second, the third, the fourth time tukikuja running back to him, he will still guide us. Yeah? and that's what I love about, godly love. Now let's talk about our relationship with God. When we talk about now our end, because God is love, God is merciful, God is kind, God is all those good things to us. But what about Sisi? What do you
To
think?
him, Ama.
Sisi to him. Relationship is two-way, yeah?
Sisi to him, we are very very not serious.
Very not serious.
Ungweli. Like bashida ikikuja mingi unaanza unamwambia nini. Oh wait, like when things are nini good, you're like, Jesus take the wheel, and then when things are bad, go like, wacha nikuonyeshe blessing in a shortcut, wacha nikuonyeshe shortcut. So like I think our relationship with God requires a lot of effort, especially like from us. Like it requires a lot of putting in the work for Sisi. Like reading the Bible, getting to know him more and more. I think that is how we know God, through the word, and also like communing with him, praying, fellowship with him, also like fellowship with other Christians, talking to people, fellow brethren, and all that kind of like helps us boost our relationship with him. So inatufunza pia like vitu tofauti zenye tunafaa kufanya. As believers, we get to learn so many different things from each other. So that is what I think about our relationship with God from our end.
Yeah. And I think for those who are wondering, where do we begin in history, reciprocating? Well, the only place I can send you to is Matthew chapter 22 verse 37, which says, and I will read, Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind." So this should be kind of like the motivator of your actions in that relationship. For example, like when you love someone, you do good things to them, you say nice things, you encourage them, you pick them up when they're low. But all this is motivated by something in the background, which is you love them, right? And I think if we truly loved God with all our mind, with all our soul, with all our hearts, then it wouldn't look as difficult, it wouldn't be as methodical, like here are 5 ways to improve your relationship. I mean, like if you just love God,
it's natural. There is no formula to how to do it.
I'm glad we're on the same page on that.
No.
Well. So spending time with him here in account. Like you can't say manze mi upenda God na the last time uliomba ni saa 2 na tuko Monday. Like come on. Hiyo nika kusema wewe nakuanga na msupa manze nimemdedi. Mliongea mwisho lini? Friday. Na ndio mnaanza wiki.
Ama unamuongeleshanga tu jioni kama any cuttings.
Ama unamuongeleshanga tu, when you're looking for a good time. I know kuna watu kama nyinyi huko nje, but usijali, God's grace is sufficient.
Inaweza kuwa it's not even a serious relationship. Inaweza kuwa it's just something you're doing to pass the time, which is wrong. That is very this is a human being. Unless nyinyi wawili may agree pass time with each other, man, just stop.
But most of those non-serious relationships zinakuanga na the victim doesn't really know what true love looks like. Which is
find Jesus, you will find true love.
Yeah. Totally agree.
That is so sad. Nilikuwa nasikiliza rafiki yako akipeana testimony ya situationship. Na nilikuwa tunamwangalia hivi tunamwambia hata wewe ukwangi serious.
Situationship by the okay, nimesikia kuzihusu but sijaelewa what is the concept behind situationship, like mko hamko, what is there?
Ulikuwepo. Cameraman wetu anakaa ni kama pia yako na testimony. Situationships is where you're just here for the good, the vibes. You're just here for the good vibes. Nothing serious, keeping it casual. And then, like when I find someone who I feel like I really want to settle with,
So
it was nice being here with you. I will go settle with them.
So nika seasonal package ya relationship.
Yeah. Which is...
Watu wanalipa mdogo hadi kwa relationships. Poleni sana. Find Jesus.
Find Jesus.
Find Jesus. What do you think about our relationships with ourselves now?
With ourselves.
With yourself.
I think it is important to find Jesus in order to find yourself. When people are beginning the identity journey and they're like, I don't know who I am, I don't know, I find that it's easier to tell them to find Jesus first. Once you find God, it's easy. Like unakuanga ni kama usha find the map. Now uko na starting point. So sasa you can now embark on the journey. So finding Jesus gives you structure for the kind of person you're. Inakupatia values, beliefs, morals, a backbone. And that is very important for things like identity, for things like your self-worth and all that. You're able to know who you are and who you're not, things you do, things you don't do, people you vibe with and people you don't vibe with. So yeah,
and it's with your best interest, of course.
Wewe ndio sole beneficiary.
Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, the Bible is the place where you unapata your map yenye ameongea kuhusu. Because God is your creator. Yeye ndio akona hiyo nini inaitwa manual. Yeah, like hiyo ni kama ukinunua nini uhitaji manual most of the time. Ukinunua like a new machine, imeingia tu kwa market, don't even know how to use it.
Mkinunua gari mnapangwa manual ya gari.
Si unaendanga driving school unajua hizo vitu.
Mshapangwa
unanunua gari. Manual ya gari.
Sijui, nataka kujua.
Nikinunua gari
utaniambia. That's nice.
Acha nisianze kutoa machozi. But anyway, self-worth, my guys. Self-worth. What do you think about self-worth?
Self-worth yako iko kwa Jesus. Like, if you start seeing yourself, if you read the Bible, like, vizuri, consistently, and you have that fellowship and that time with God.
Kwa hiyo kuna mtu anasomanga backwards. Ama mtu anasoma Bible ya Kiswahili.
Watu soma Bible ya Kiswahili manze mimi ninawainulia mikono juu mimi hata nikijaribu kuisoma kuna kunywa ninashanga nitasoma na kamusi kando yangu ama cause maneno ingine ni mzito but like when you're reading the Bible and not just reading the Bible, having time with God, you are able to build your self-worth. You're able to see yourself in the lenses of God, to see yourself the way he sees you. And you're able to forgive yourself for like your past mistakes and errors and things that you did when you were young and stupid and you were naive and all these things, You look at yourself from a point of grace. And unajiambia, okay, nimelearn. I will not redo. I have learned. I will grow to be better. And with those experiences, hautakuwa unajiangalia unajinini. I have a friend who is a single mother. And she is very focused on how she blundered and how she made a mistake and how she did not do this and that. And oh my God, I am not even supposed to be alive. And when she got to that point of healing and finally understanding that what she did, yes, was wrong, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world for her. So self-worth yake ikapanda kidogo, at least akapona. And now if you meet her, you wouldn't even believe. Her confidence is very confidencing.
And I think the first part ikikam kwa self-identity, you have to go easy on yourself. Jipe your grace. And it's easier to understand the concept of grace when you dig into the Bible and you
True.
understand the story.
Yeah.
Story I'm talking about ni yenye ilianza Genesis, of the fall of man.
Yeah, they made a mistake.
They made a mistake up until Jesus, our redemption, after of course many methods zenye zilikuwa patched and redone but still weren't able to amount to the sacrifice of Jesus. For example, the law was put in place ndo tuone if we could follow all of this strictly, or keeping all the laws, if maybe we could fika at the point of salvation, the salvation that we lost during the fall of man. Yenye akina Adam wali fumble, but we've never been able to get there. Our sin, like we were born with sin entered the world through us, and because of that sinful nature, it's not easy to just follow the law,
Si rahisi.
It will always be a struggle. That's why we're more inclined to do like the wrong things.
But pia tuko na kiburi ya kufikiria that mi niko better than the other person, so
yangu ni mbaya, lakini si kai
Wafarisayo. Ukienda kuomba unajiuka pale, God you see me, ule mwende umetenda dhambi, mimi ninatoanga tithe.
So guys, make sure
tukiekwa kwa scale sisi wote ni weight moja
perhaps. So for those of you who are awana your identity, ama una feel uko lost,
Jesus.
Probably uko around the ages of teenagers ama early 20s, well, now you know what to do. So I think that's all about relationships with ourselves, unless there's anything deeper than identity, which you will find in Christ. Guys, just a reminder.
And forgiveness. Forgive yourself.
And, forgive yourself. Go easy on yourself, manze. Usijeke standards kubwa. Na don't copy someone else's identity. Don't try to be like Kardashian or try to be like Brad Pitt or anyone else that unaona on social media who you envy and who you look up to. It's okay, you can admire them, but don't try and be them. Be you. Be yourself. Sindio?
Kabisa.
Nakani kama uagree.
Niko locked in. Karibu nikufungie nje.
Okay, so what about our relationships with others? You want to go first?
What about it? You go first.
There is so much
content for it. Aya. Tueleze.
I think the biggest issue I would say when it comes to my relationship with others ni forgiveness, patience, hizo mbili. Ningeza kufika hizo mbili.
Utakuwa umefika.
Kwanza guys in relationships na girls in relationships mnajua hizi vitu. Kama hapo hakuna patience, ni hivyo. Makevo na kina Brayo. Sijui mbona ni hao pekee. It's always hizo majina.
Umesahau mwingine mmoja.
Deno.
Kina Dante.
Ni kama si watu wengine wenye tuko na different names that tunanga relationships. Mse anaitwa John na utaisikia kwa relationship.
Jonah atoke kwanza kwa samaki, acha mambo ya relationship.
Mse anaitwa Onesimus utaisikia kwa anyway. Tuachane na wao. Let's talk about patience.
I think it's easy to take advantage of some things in a relationship, especially patience. If you find someone who is patient with you, it is very easy for you to get comfortable and lose sight of she's patient with you. So
how patient is she? Tunaweza push hii kitu hadi limit.
You keep testing the waters.
Unaanza kujiuliza na sasa ningekuwa na wawili. Wow. Tuone atakuwa patient yote. I'm trying to understand the psychology of
alafu akitoka kuache unafungua podcast. Unaanza kuambia watu. Take a moment to fear women. Nani wewe ulifumble.
The same guys around women. Hao wenye wanasema fear women. Hata unaweza fikiria they are two different people. Anaona women they light up. Jamani mweusi lakini light up.
Mko
na engineer.
I'm serious.
Yeah, but the tall, dark and handsome guys tuna respect, tunawati.
I think people should just stop. Like when it comes to romantic relationships, I say that I say this.
Tukulete maji.
By the way, anyway, nasema hivi, like if you're not sure, if you made a decision to be in a relationship with someone because you were in the heat of the moment, alikusmailia ukasikia roho yako imepiga dududu, by the way, enda hospitali kwanza, ikipiga dudu enda hosi.
Any personal story?
No. Like if you made that decision quickly and you had not like analyzed everything else around you, and then unafika mahali unaanza kurethink some things and ndio umeanza kurestructure vitu zenye zilikuwa very important for you, I think you should take a break. You should pause on it and kind of find stable ground, because you are not stable for the other person if you're not stable. Like you have to be stable for the other person. So even like the fact that God is constant, God is consistent, he should be the he is the role model for love. So if uko hivi, find stability kwake kwanza, and then unakuwa at a better place. Yeah, ni hayo kwa sasa.
Yeah, and also when it comes to focusing on being the right person before you start looking for your person, I think the issues of patience and forgiveness ni very important kwanza uzipate, because imagine you're demanding patience from your partner and grace for your partner and from your partner, and you yourself inakwanga English anyway, and you can't provide those yourself. Na you're in the state of the dating market. But anyway,
how toxic are you to be toxic for the other person?
Ni competition to the bottom to see who's the
you
most
go
toxic.
Low tupatane jehanamu kabisa.
Hizi Instagram hizi to polls, hizi stories wanaekanga the responses to this poll inakwanga imewekwa. Watu nikawa nangojeanga hizo opportunities wende waanike all the toxic cheat codes, secrets. Napita tu hapo tukitap tunasema we uko nje ni kubaya. Every day you find there is a new law.
I think the one that kind of made my day ni time people were doing why you should fear women, and this lady is giving a testimony of what she did. They had walikuwa wamedate for a while na the guy, and then the guy was planning to enda kusomea abroad and hakumwambia, so a day to kuenda akamtext akabreak up na yeye, akamwambia anaenda majuu. So dem akamwambia wacha akuje achukue vitu zake. Alikuja akamfungia choo. The guy went to take a shower, so alienda akamfungia choo, and that's how he missed his flight, manze. He couldn't go. nilikuwa manze, and I was like, yeah, by the way, we should fear women. that
people
was,
out here are really doing everything but being healthy people.
Manze, tafutini nampone. But really, I think let's get serious. Like when we are talking about our relationship with others, we should just be kind human beings.
The only place you can learn your kindness, man, the kwa Biblia.
Kutoka kwa Mungu.
I would say there's an example. Hatuzianza kuongea kuhusu Mahatma Gandhi and all these. Acha nikwambie, the Bible has answers to almost all the questions you may have.
Almost. I think it's just all of it. Jesus experienced life like we did. He went through storms, good days, bad days, all of it. So there is nothing new under the sun.
Kweli. There is nothing new under the sun. So sai heartbreak kuna caveman ali anyway. Ni controversial.
But mi niko na swali to our audience. I would like to understand how people worship someone called Confucius. He's confused. So why are you worshiping him? Like just sina vita.
Hiyo ni joke.
Ni swali, si joke. I really want to understand how people actually worship someone called Confucius.
Hiyo ni nani? Ebu nipe like kanini.
Wait, tutaona nyuma ya tent.
Confucius.
No.
The world is getting weirder every day, man.
I'd like to understand how.
We are not of this world.
Sisi ni passengers. Tuko in transit. Umekuwa confused.
Nimekaa hivi tu nikaanza kufikiria sasa, like when we talk about romantic relationships and like in the context of relationships with others, there's just so much that is there to do. Like the issues are not si moja. I think this is why people go for premarital counseling and all that, because bro, it's not something we can fit in one episode, guys. Tunajua mashida zenu ni mingi. Kwanza mwenye unawatch yuko confused, ama huyo ndio Confucius. Wewe mwenye unawatch
lakini premarital counseling hufanywa within a time period yenye, if we were to say like mashida yote ihandoliwe wakati watu hawataolewa like within your time frame, mnafaa tu kuanza counseling the moment you guys are courting and you're like, yeah, we are doing this for marriage. Haya, day one tunaanza therapy hiyo siku, kwa sababu every day there's just something new.
Well, the kid masama, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, but there's something like a new challenge for the two, because you see this is like new grounds. Yeah. So you see, you're seeking help from people who have gone through the same journey you've gone through. So, but this is new for you.
Interesting. Very interesting. So we're back to the link between all these relationships, with others, with ourselves, with God. What happens when one of them iko chini? If one of the servers is down?
Well, era 404.
So wewe.
Haiwak manze, haiwak. Haitawak kabisa. Cause like if
Send on me get.
Wah,
Imenichukua wae.
hata saba yako haifanyi kazi.
Saba yangu ndio iko chini.
Nini, God is I'm thinking of it like a bridge. He's there's the bridge and then there's the pillars holding the bridge. So I'm thinking of God as the pillars of the bridge. And then the bridge is you and other people. So vertical, and then this one is horizontal. Yeah. So if this one, the one that is holding everything, is weak, then it crumbles. The bridge doesn't function. It cannot work. So if your relationship with God isn't defining love, isn't growing love, isn't building your self-worth, isn't giving you any sense of identity, isn't doing all these things for you, when this isn't working, then your relationship with other people kind of gets affected. Because kama hauna identity, unabebwa na mawimbi. Kama hauna self-worth, you don't really unakuwa ule rafiki. There's not always a friend, but there's some type of friends who mkiwa mahali mkijisifu, mkiwa like, oh yeah, you're looking pretty nini, yeye ndo ako hapo anasema venye akai vizuri, nini, like hizo vitu zote. So if this person doesn't have self-worth because they don't have Jesus, then you ni burden. Hata wewe wakati hauna self-worth una feel very not it. So Without this doesn't work. That is what I mean. So yeah, it's not your relationship with God is very important. Yeah, that is in simple terms, that is what I'm talking about.
Amewaweka in simple terms. Well, I think just what you're saying. True love flows from God, and then doing end up to everything else. If we rely on human effort, we're missing the point of true love. But yeah, I think God is love. You're to the point. Never take home today and use that as your foundation. I hope nime make sense.
Yeah, make sense.
Naweza kuwa nimepoteza mtu kwa mtaani.
Hayuko confused.
Useme hiyo joke ya Confucius tena.
Si joke. Be serious.
Msanii tangu confused. Mambo ya majenzi.
Oi, pole sana Boma.
Anyway, this is now for you at home. Gonna have some questions for you. You can let me know down in the comments. So, how is your relationship with God influencing your relationships right now? Do you see yourself the way God sees you? And who might God be calling you to love or forgive today? Here are some practical tips. Spend time daily in prayer and scripture to nurture your relationship with God. Practice grace with yourself. Speak God's truth over your life. And lastly, show intentional love to someone this week. I pray that for all you listeners, that you will finally get the courage to take the step of asking God to influence your relationships, and also to start yourself taking that journey with God in building that relationship with Him. With that being said, thank you for joining us for another fire episode, and we'll see you next time.
Na mnapendwa.
Ciao.
Kwaherini.